Let's go Dolphins! Let's go Dolphins!
Welcome everyone to our first episode of Heights Hoopla here in the new year. Happy 2018 everybody, and welcome back to campus. And I'm so glad to be back because we got a lot to talk about with the coaches today, as over the last month both teams have found a lot of success on the court. With the women's side, they're looking at the tied for second right now in the Southwest Division, as they've won 6 of their last 8 games, only 2 losses coming to ranked opponents. So we'll talk to Coach Castelli about them to see what her team looks like as they move on. Only a month left in this season. As for the men's, well, they've continued their dominance at the top of the Southwest Division, as they now sit at 10-1, only 1 loss in the division all year long. So we'll see how Pat Beeline is preparing his team as we move forward for the final month, and we'll be right back after this with Coach Pat Beeline.
Walking the path of integrity. Forever embracing a life in balance. Standing tall and confident. Leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play. With clear vision and a full heart. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Welcome back to Heights Hoopla, everybody. With me now, of course, Coach Pat Beeline. Thanks again for joining us, Coach. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Well, since the last time we saw you, again, you've stayed on top of the conference. Lost a few games there early on, but since then have won 4 straight. What's been the key to the success out of the team?
Yeah, I think just learning from those losses that we had. We played 3 really good teams in a row, and kind of we learned to grow from those losses. And the team really studied the film and really took to what we preached going forward. So it was good to get back on track with the Franklin Pierce game. And then now we're kind of moving forward, won 4 in a row here. But, you know, you're never as good as you think you are, so we're going to continue to work hard.
Well, you're coming off a really nice offensive performance on Wednesday night against Stonehill on the road. You guys shot really well, but you also played good defensively. What did you see from your team in that one that really stood out to you? Yeah,
I just think we made the open shots. We haven't been making the open ones recently, especially from the 3-point line. So to see some of those go in was good for us. And then our defense kind of just kept us in the game and took us to another level as we went forward. And anytime you can win on the road, especially against a team like Stonehill, it was a great win for us. So got to keep the momentum going as we have a huge challenge here this weekend.
Yeah, and you mentioned this weekend coming up, you're going to take on St. Anselm right here at Ted Grant Court. But they're sitting on top of the Northeast Division. You guys are on top of the Southwest. I know standings don't mean much to you, but as far as what is the outlook on that matchup coming up this weekend?
Yeah, St. A's is a great team. Beating us last year in the NE10 semifinals, we know what we're up against. We're going to really have to defend. We're going to really have to execute at a high level. So we'll get back to work today, and we're hopeful with a great crowd this weekend with the students coming back. So I'm excited. I know our guys are excited, but you know, we're just looking forward to continue this streak that we've got going and playing the way we have been, and that's just making simple plays and playing hard. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to it as well, and good luck this weekend, Coach. Obviously, you can check up on LeMoyneDolphins.com. Come on down to the game. It'll be right here at 3 o'clock at Ted Grant Court on Saturday, or as always, you can watch it live on Finn's TV. Don and Chris will have the call for you. Hang with us. We'll be right back with Coach Castelli right after this. Welcome back to Heights Hoopla, everybody. With me now, of course, women's head coach Jeanne Castelli. Glad to have you back on the program. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Hey, you too.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Since the last time we talked, you guys have won 6 of 8, the only 2 losses coming to ranked opponents. Been playing really well. What have you seen that you can attribute that success to out of the team?
I think it's just gelling. You know, it's a little bit more time that we've had, you know, especially during the winter break. You don't have to worry so much about, the time you spend on the court. You can use film a little bit more. You can do individual meetings, individual workouts. So it's just kids just understanding a little bit more of what their roles are and what they should be doing, really.
And one thing I do want to mention is last week, right here at Ted Grant Court, you guys hosted, both teams actually hosted the Syracuse Unified Basketball League, a great organization helping out kids with disabilities. I know the kids that showed up got a lot out of it, but what did the teams get out of that? What kind of experience was that for them?
I think it was a great experience. I mean, I think it's sometimes when you do those things, you feel like you're getting more out of it than what you're putting in a sense. So I think that what they got out of it was how blessed they are and how fortunate we are to do what we can do, at a high level. So it was so much fun, and I think for both parties it was just it's a great night, and hopefully we can continue it throughout the years.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it. It was a good time. All the kids loved it. Now, on Wednesday night, you guys played Stonehill. A tough loss on the road, only a 6-point loss, though tough. But what did you see out of the team that you can build on as you guys move down? Only about a month or so left in the season. What can you use out of that game as you guys move on?
Just we played so hard. I mean, that game could have gone either way. I mean, that's what I said afterwards. I mean, I could have just as easily walked into that locker room and said, "Great game." I mean, there was just a couple of things that just didn't go our way. We. Bounces here and there, a free throw here and there, or, a missed box out. You got to finish the game. And I just felt like in the end we just didn't have enough to finish it. And but I thought it was a great effort. And we just have to move on now. It's like we can look back, and that's just not going to help us. We just got to take the positives of that game and just keep going, because we do have a really good team.
From what we've seen out of the team, the bouncing back doesn't seem to be an issue, at least over the last month or so. Another tough matchup this weekend, hosting St. Anselm right here at Ted Grant Court. What are you looking for out of your squad in that matchup? Is there something particular you're looking for? Or?
Just bouncing back. I think St. A's is a very good team. They have a great inside post player, transferred from BC, so we have to do a good job inside. And overall, they have a good team. So they're a new team for us in a sense, because they have a new coach. So in scouting them, it's a whole new offense, whole new defense in a sense. So we don't have that much time to prepare for them. So I think it's really important that we have to do what we do well, and and just bounce back. I really thought that our kids played great yesterday. We just didn't come up with a win.
Sure. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Of course, as always, check out LeMoyneDolphins.com. Watch it live on Fins TV. I'll have the call for you, or come on right down here to Ted Grant Court and check them out in person. But thank you guys so much for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week right here on Hoopla. Have a good week, everybody.